Hi there. Um, Merry Christmas. Good morning, afternoon, evening, but I just want to start by saying Merry Christmas. Now, I'm going to continue speaking about the things I've been saying about the churches. I understand that this may not be the most exciting, may not be the most riveting of information that one would want to share online, but the reason why I want to share this is because I genuinely believe that our time is short here on this planet, and when I say our time is short, well, in general, for all humanity, our time is short. But especially for the church, our time is shorter still, somewhere in the region of 7 years shorter, on average, than everybody else as a planet is, as far as this planet is concerned. I genuinely believe that we're going to be taken from here soon. I'm not placing dates because I don't know when. Just like the Jewish model where the bride does not know when the bridegroom is going to come, I do not know what date and time the Father has set. All I know is I'm looking forward to that day and time, and I suspect that it will not take me unawares. I suspect I will be pleasantly surprised when it happens, but I would have kind of been expecting it because I think it's going to be any day now. And the reason why I'm kind of, as far as I can do within me, I'm trying to rush out these videos. Perhaps rush is not a good word for describing what I'm trying to do. But the reason why I have a bit of a sense of urgency in passing these things out is because on the one hand, I want to share with us believers the way and manner we should live our lives, the things that Jesus expects of us to do, the things he wants us not to do, the things he wants us to adhere to, the characteristics of the life that he wants of us, and the things that he wants us not to condone, the things he doesn't want us to tolerate. So that's the objective of this. But the other thing is, I want to also, as much as I can, quickly get onto the other bits in the book of Revelation. Even though people may deem them more exciting, for the believer, technically speaking, we don't need to worry about those things so much, because those things will not happen while we, the church of the living God, the bride of Christ, is still here. However, when we are gone, the things that we see written in the book of Revelation from chapter 6 all the way down to the end are more than likely going to take place. Now, so I've spoken about the first four churches: the church at Ephesus, the church at Smyrna, the church at Pergamum, and the church at Thyatira. So today I'm going to be talking about the church at Sardis. Now, the good thing about these letters to these churches is that the letters are very straightforward. The letters are there is nothing, well, mostly nothing really mysterious about them. But there's a lot of information in there. But my objective for all of these is not so much to try to explain them. I keep posting links to Chuck Missler's videos where he has done a very good job of explaining these things. My job is, or what I'm trying to do, is tease out certain bits of information that I think is important for you to take away to go imbibe in yourself, take away to go investigate further, and so on and so forth. Because hey, I don't know how long I have left on this planet, so I might as well do my best to get this information out there as much as I can, as quickly as I can, before our time here is done. Now, it says in Revelation 3 verse 1, "And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, This thing saith he that hath 7 churches." By the way, let me change the translation. I enjoy reading the King James translation to myself because it makes for easier memorization. However, reading it to others or having them forcing others to hear the King James translation does not feel so let's just put it this way. I think many folks are not entirely comfortable with the language, especially when I read it to them. So I'm going to stick with the ESV, the English Standard Version. It says, "Unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, the words of him who has the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your works. You have the reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Wake up and strengthen what remains and is about to die. For I have not found your works complete in the sight of my God. Remember then that you have what you have received. Remember then what you received and heard. Keep it and repent. If you will not wake up, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what hour I will come against you. Yet you have still a few names in Sardis, people who have not soiled their garments, and they will walk with me in white, for they are worthy. The one who conquers will be clothed thus in white garments, and I will never blot his name out of the book of life. I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. So this is a letter being written to the church in Sardis, and this is the quick summary that I came up with. I'm just going to read out to you very quickly. So the title of the one who writes this letter is the one that has the seven spirits of God and the seven stars. Remember, the seven stars are the angels or the pastors of the seven churches he's writing to. Christ observed no good works with them. He observed no good works with them. Instead, they had a reputation for being alive, but as far as Christ was concerned, they were dead. That is quite instructive because it tells us that Jesus looks beyond the facade of a presentation. He looks beyond the facade of what we show ourselves to be on the outside, either as individuals or as churches, right? He says, you have a reputation for being alive, but you are dead. I have not found your works perfect before God. Before that, he found nothing good about them. They seem to have no decent testimony. Then he says to them, this is his warning to them. He says, be watchful. Strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. Hold fast what you have received. Repent. In summary, four things there. Be watchful. Strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. Hold fast what you have received. Repent. If you do not watch, it says, if you do not watch, I shall come unto you as a thief. You shall not know what hour I will come upon you. If you do not watch, I will come unto you as a thief. You shall not know what hour I will come upon you. And then to the overcomer, Jesus says, there are a few who have not defiled their garments. So there were a few among the church. There were a few, very few, who had not defiled their garments. He says, those few who have not defiled their garments shall walk with Christ in white, because they are worthy. They shall walk with Christ in white, because they are worthy. His or her name shall not be blotted out of the book of life. The overcomer shall be clothed in white raiment. His or her name shall not be blotted out of the book of life. Jesus will confess his name before his Father and before the angels. So to the overcomer, he says, the ones who have not defiled their garments, Jesus says, they will walk with Christ in white because they are worthy. They will be clothed in white raiment. His or her name shall not be blotted out of the book of life. Jesus will confess his name before his Father and before his angels. Now, like I said before, my aim is not to explain every single thing in here because I think a lot of it is straightforward. But that is not to say it's necessarily easy and simple. There may be some things that may require explaining, but that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is just tease out all the things I think we need to pay attention to. If it requires studying, go study it. If it requires memorization, go memorize it. If it requires keeping it in mind, meditating on it, so that you can live and conduct yourself likewise, so that you can be like that overcomer who will walk with Christ, who will be dressed in white, whose name will not be blotted out of the Lamb's book of life, and whose name Jesus will confess before his Father and before his angels, then go do that. I'll stop here. There's a few things I want to say about Revelation 6, but I think I'll just have to be a bit patient. I'll get there soon enough. God bless you.